The state of being included, that's inclusion. The state of being different, that's the definition of diversity. How in the world do those two concepts come together in one competency, inclusion and diversity? Well, that was my first thought when I saw that inclusion and diversity were put together into one competency. But as I started to look at those two different concepts and realize how important they were to put them together, and that's what I've spent a lot of time doing, and I want to share some of those things with you. I have the luxury in teaching public speaking that we actually talk about diversity and especially focus on multiculturalism. But one of the things that I really want people to understand is that diversity is not just culture. It's not just race. It's not just the color of our skin or our religion. It's anything that makes us different from one another. And so really, each one of us is a diverse person. And then the fun comes in how do we make each different person feel included in our course. So I want to share with you some of the practices I use and some of the things maybe you could adapt and use in your own practice. So some of the simple things that I do we may take for granted, but really we're addressing inclusion and diversity. For instance, think about every time you walk into your classroom, or if you're teaching online, everything the students see for the first time. Are you getting them to talk? Are you getting them to get to know one another? So when I walk into the classroom, one of the first things I do is just chat with students. I'm talking those few minutes before the actual class starts. Use that time to get to know each other. I ask them simple questions, talk about random things, and as other students come in, I have them join in the conversation as well. So in that way, they begin to get comfortable. And once you've created a comfortable environment, students are willing to open up and share the differences they have in life, and they feel comfortable doing it. So I start conversation, and I really like to use opportunities to celebrate the differences that are in the classroom. Once you have gotten to know them a little bit, let's say it's getting towards a holiday. Maybe it's Halloween, maybe it's Thanksgiving, maybe it's the winter holidays, whether it's Christmas or Hanukkah, whatever people might be celebrating. I use those times to talk about traditions that students have. Let them share, not because we just like to talk about our own things, but because it's a great way for other students to understand differences in people. That's sharing diversity and letting them feel included in the conversation. So of course, being a communications instructor, communication is very important.